Hello, everyone watching on YouTube and listening on Spotify. It's another episode of NRG Insights. What are you looking for out of what makes a great BDM if they're coming in fresh?
The biggest thing that I want to identify is someone that cares, someone's that bothered about their not just about them and their performance, but about the business and about the business's performance, and understand where they fit into that wider picture. Because I think, and I say this when I'm interviewing everyone, for me, if you and I probably don't phrase it as caring, because I probably phrase it more about wanting someone to give a explicit about what they do. I can work with that because I can teach you the other stuff. You can come in and you're passionate and you really care and you really want to get better and you really want to work hard to get better. You're mouldable, and that's kind of what I did, and I kind of went in with the attitude of I want to be the best, I want to be competitive, I want to learn, I want to work hard, and throughout my career it's worked out quite well for me, and I want to kind of get people that are built in that image. Is it important that you have some experience in there for some different ideas? Yeah, completely is. But if I can have one attribute from somebody, it's going to be that passion to care, because I don't think
you can teach anyone the technical knowledge of what you're doing, can't you? But if they don't give a shit, it's really hard to, that you can. I think like technical side, anyone can learn. We can sit someone down and teach them. But you can't teach someone passion. I think the character traits that you're looking at
100%.
are the not the be all and end all, but they're so important. And I do think that's changed a lot in BDMs as well, because I think like the caring bit probably was missed a few years ago, because we were like, I class myself as a BDM, and it was like sales hungry. You got to be driven to get the next sale. But actually, the more you care about it, the more you care about your product, the more you care about your clients, the rest of it comes naturally, doesn't it? That's like the money's a byproduct.
Yeah, listen, and it's like if you look after that, everything else will look after itself. It's like if my phone rings, and it's a broker, and it's a and listen, everyone doesn't need to do this, but I do it, and I always have done it. But if that phone rings at 6:30 tonight, if it rings at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, if it rings at 7 p.m. Sunday night, I'm going to call them back. I'm going to text them back. I'm going to answer their email. It ain't going to wait till Monday at 9 o'clock. Do you know why? Because I want to go and win that deal. I want to go and help that client. I want to go and do it. I get some brokers these days, and they know it's not a deal I'm going to do, but they'll ring me and they'll go, Jez, look, I know this ain't one for you, but who do I do it with? And I know you'll help me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do help you, because I know that when it is one for us, I'm going to get the first phone call, and that's the little bit that you don't see. If your phone rings and it's... I said to one of my guys last week, I was in the office on... I don't know why I would have even been in, but it was like at 27 minutes past 5. I think it was on a Friday, and it was like he was just making a brand new outbound call, introducing himself and the proposition, and I was like, I love that.
Yeah,
like 27 minutes past 5, you're about to go out. Like some other people are putting the coats on, getting the
they've already sort of looking at the door at 5 o'clock.
That's the stuff that you can't teach, because that's the difference maker.
It's a fantastic job where you can meet lots of interesting people, have lots of interesting conversations, and you can, if you've got 20, 50, 100 accounts in your region, whatever that number is, you can be an extension of 20, 50, 100 people's businesses. And that tends to be how I look at it. Is I've got my together hat on all the time from a product, pricing, risk perspective, but I also try and place myself in that broker or in that case manager who's on the phone, in their shoes all of the time, and see myself as an extension of the firm that I'm going to see and the firm that I'm going to meet.
Do you know what? It resonates a lot with the with recruitment, right? Because I consider ourselves as a trusted partner, rather than that just additional add-on where someone calls to moan or someone's got a problem. Like, we're a part of your business, as you know. Say, my business is NRG. This is their bit. This doesn't make money. I don't make money. However, when we're working with someone, we're a direct reflection of them. I think that's really important to understand. I think that's the difference between being a door knocker and someone who actually gives a shit that they want to be a partner of your business.
I think that is even more important in the specialist market that we're in. I think you can probably for your big six and maybe some of your building societies, your tier 2 lenders, you can probably get away with the going in, quick catch up, quick chat, and drop your donuts down. But I think in the specialist market, it changes so regularly, and what becomes specialist changes so regularly.
Yeah.
So I think we as specialist BDMs or salespeople in the specialist market have to be adaptable and sort of be that one step ahead of what's going on in the industry.
Because it is complex, isn't it? It's going to be a while before AI takes over this side of the business, right? Yeah, because there's so many variables and every case is different. I mean, even on Resi now, you're not getting much vanilla stuff, but especially commercial, like it's complex, isn't it? Your phone's going to be ringing more than ever because everyone's going to understand every complexity. So it's a trickier market.
100%, and I think structuring deals is, from a BDM perspective, being able to structure deals is more important now than it ever has been. And I think going back to that, putting yourself in your broker's shoes as you're looking at an inquiry, yes, you've got to find the right solution for, in my case at the minute, I've got to find the right solution for Together.
Yeah.
But I've also got to find the right solution for the client and for the broker. So you're in three camps. You've got your risk and your pricing hat on here from your employer, but you've also got the firm that you're an extension of, or that you're being an extension of, and then you've got the customer on the end of it. And yes, I don't deal directly with the customer, but when an inquiry comes into my inbox, or I'm on the phone, or I'm in a meeting in an office discussing a deal, there is a client who is emotionally attached to that property because it's a regulated transaction, or emotionally attached to the project, or financially attached to the project.
Which is also emotional. What do you think, what makes the good ones, what makes the ones stand out? What do you think the traits are that they'll be a long time in this market?
Great question that, actually. And it's quite funny, isn't it? Because at the age I'm at, I don't consider myself old, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though I am. I like to see some of the younger brokers, and when I say that, I mean probably, Johan, who works with me, bless him, he's 20, and he's now a junior BDM. But he's been here for 3 years, and he was the guy that pushed out all the terms all day, every day for 3 years. So his knowledge is incredible.
Yeah, that's quite hard to find in the next generation, because a lot of them want it now. It's a very short-term gratification generation, and I get that because listen to 2-minute reels on YouTube all the time. My kids are the same. But that's hard to find in youngsters.
I still think he wants it now. But
he knows no way.
His expectations. But I think it's been great fun. I've taken him out a lot, just so he can see what I do. And I'm not saying it's anything special or any better than anyone else, or because when you get to a certain age, you're just used to doing what you do, so it comes naturally. Whereas for a lot of the younger people, it might seem like, oh my god, I could never do that. Johan said to me once, I don't know how you do all this in a day, in and out of the car, in and out of meetings, the phone's going off, the emails are coming through, and then we get to the hotel after 18 hours, and then you do an email.
You do some work,
That's what you do. And it's a harsh reality. I think that youngsters might think that being in that role is, my friends used to say to me, Marcus, all the time, oh mate, you've got a lovely life. You
go out for lunch.
You stay in hotels. You do this, you do that. And I'm like, mate, it's loads of miles. It's a lot of work. It's late nights on the laptop, and the worst part is when you have to go down to the hotel, to the restaurant there, and order your table for one. Do
you know what I think? Anyone who thinks it's lovely travelling and doing the hotel thing has never stayed in a hotel without their family. They didn't need to, because you assign like hotels to the nice. Oh, my light's gone off. You assign hotels in your head to like the nice family time you have.
Yeah.
And actually, for those of us that spend time in the more one bedroom, one manning it, they're not. It's not
Really,
fun.
really nice,
It's not great.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't enjoy it, because
Yeah, yeah.
the best part for me is actually having all the meetings. You know, the eating dinner on your own and sitting at your desk in your hotel room doing emails is just part and parcel of what it is.
Yeah,
It's just an all-encompassing role, and you take the good bits with the bad bits. But I think, you know, for those that come in, I always say, always choose face to face over any other type of meeting.
Yeah.
And the key to getting everything right is to get it in steps. And you have the initial meeting, you get to know each other, they get to know you. You can then break into kind of, you know, personal, social stuff. And then once you've got the relationship, the most difficult part is retaining that relationship, maintaining it, retaining it, and then just enhancing it as the years go by. And I think I've become very lucky, you know, that now people just phone up and just we have a conversation.
You know what? I was telling someone the other day, Andy. Sorry to interrupt, but it's not luck, because I'm of the same ilk. But you have to work really, really hard for a job for a long time to be lucky enough for people to call you. Do you know what I mean? You've really got to put in the hours for that. It's not an overnight thing where people know who you are and just decide they want to work with you. It's a hard graft you've put in before to be that lucky.
Nice of you to say that. And also, I did say to someone once before, when we were talking about meetings and everything else, and you know, I think someone had said, well, it's easy for me to do it because I know everyone. But the key to that is you get to know everyone after you've been working with them for like 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you could just get a phone call and they want to book you in.
Yeah.
Rather than phoning out.
No, I do think that as well. Someone said it to me.
It takes a lot of work.
I said someone that I think is in Mipham actually, and someone said, we want you to succeed, and it never really dawned on me actually that you build these relationships up so much that they want, although they want to use you because you're good at your job, they actually want to see you do well because they like you. Do you know what I mean? That's part of the relationship management. I've never really taken that into account. That actually, they're not just using me because I'm good and I like the relationship management. They actually want me to do well. They want to see me succeed.
Got the job to do. It doesn't matter if you're a surveyor, solicitor, broker, client, or BDM. You know, the end goal is to get that deal or project funded.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's just putting and pulling everything together to get that done. So yes, there's maths in it. Yes, there's a lot of, you know, for me, construction element and risk as obviously the lending side. But actually, it's just about getting it done. And I think that's probably also what the best bit of being a BDM is, you know, my job is not sitting and doing 100 calls every day like it was when I was an agent.
Yeah.
You know, one day it's out playing golf, the next time it is doing a really detailed appraisal, going through the numbers, going through, you know, pages and pages of IMS reports. But it's just at the end of the day getting that deal done, which I really like. You know, there's always something else that you can pull together.
Yeah. I mean, the variation, again, it's getting across that as well. I think that we all have very varied jobs. Banking or however we want to call it, finance is not just the same thing day in, day out. I think people can think it's quite monotonous.
No.
I mean, you've been quite blessed that you've come in at BDM level, because most of the people that I speak to about this, most of it is about working your way through the ranks. But you've kind of skipped a step, haven't you? From, I suppose you did your time in a estate agency. What's the relevance between what you were doing before and now? Do you think that did put you in good stead?
Yeah, I think obviously, I mean, the reason why I took the job in a estate agency was just to understand the property market in more detail, because I come from a kind of development background. My uncle's a developer, and so property and development has always been what I wanted to do, and I think it just pulling I mean, in hindsight now, obviously nearly 2 years on and looking back, you know, the agency gave me that hard skin, the salesy kind of approach, which I've definitely unraveled slightly, and I'm way less salesy now than I used to be. But I think just the little aspects of everything pulling together makes me able to be a BDM. I had my own business before, completely separate and not in this industry. So I just think, you know, pulling everything that I've done together has enabled me to just kind of hit the ground running, really.
And how important is that? I mean, you mentioned like you didn't use the word, but resilience when you're a estate agency side of things. has obviously put you in good stead now. Very difficult to build that up. Like for young people to explain that, like you do get told no's quite a lot, and our industry, your industry, it's very hard to build that up without kind of explaining to someone that it's difficult. I mean, how do you kind of build that up in young people? You clearly had it done because you worked in something you weren't enjoying, and also it was a tough gig, right? But
Yeah.
resilience, I think, is number one in financial services. I think without it, you are it's too hard a job. But how do you build that without having the experience? It's difficult, isn't it?
I think for me, it's very much like, I'm in everything for the long game. So, it's not really about the short-term wins. It really is about, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? And actually, everything that's happening day to day here and now, you do kind of look over.
Yeah.
And also, maybe it's just my character, when I used to be an agent and people would be like, no, I don't want to buy it, I'm very to the point and very direct.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's quite easy. I'm like, well, you can't afford anything better. So if you don't want it, fine. It's not my problem,
Yeah.
So I just think having a really kind of real approach to everything makes such a big difference.